What is mentioned by Nehru about Badghad in his Glimpses of the World History? Badghad, a city known as the City of Arabian Lights, was a vast city of places and public offices and schools and colleges and great shops and parks and gardens. The merchants carried on a vast trade with the east and west. Visitors came to Badghad from all over the world, especially learned men and students and artists. Write a short note on the public works undertaken by Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty undertook enormous public works. Two capital cities, Baoyang and Chang'an, were built. Scholar officials trained in Confucius philosophy were appointed on counterbalance the landowning aristocratic class. Land was divided into small peasant holdings. As a result, the agricultural surplus went to the states as taxes, not to the aristocrats' rents. State monopoly of salt and tea added to its revenues. What was the message given by Islam? Islam gave a message of brotherhood. Muhammad laid stress on the equality of all those who were Muslims. This message of equality and brotherhood had great appeal not only for the Arabs, who were divided into warring tribes, but also for people in other parts of the world. Who were Mongol? Mongols were nomads. They came into Europe from the steppes of Asiatic Russia. They were herdsmen. They were experts in warfare. Their remarkable leader was Genghis Khan. Write about Genghis Khan. Mongols' remarkable leader was Genghis Khan. He was a great military genius. Mongols hold over Russia for about 300 years to make Russia technologically backward from the rest of Europe until the end of the Middle Ages. How was Ottoman supremacy established? When the Seljuk Turks weakened, the Ottomans extended their power. They captured Bulgaria and Serbia and made Adrianople the capital. The conquest of Constantinople in 1453 AD CE by Muhammad II helped establish Ottoman supremacy in the Balkans, Black Sea, and the Middle East. After conquering Egypt, they assumed the title of Caliph. They became a major player in the international power politics of the day. Answer the following in detail. Describe feudalism in detail. Despite the hold of powerful religions such as Christianity and Islam, the economic life of people was governed by feudal relations. The king, supposed to represent God on earth, was at the head of the feudal regime. Immediately after him were the great nobles known as dukes, counts, earls. Fujiwara family and emperors in later days retired to monasteries. The title Seid Diteg Shogun means the barbarian subduing great general. Kamakura shogunate was founded by Ashikaga shogunate. Abu Bakr and Omar laid the foundation for a Islamic empire. Islam advocated simplicity and equality. The two sects of Islam were Sunnis and Shias. The arcs, the pillars, and the minarets and domes represented Saracenic architecture. Umayyads were overthrown by Abbasids. The Arabs had a specific spirit of inquiry. Genghis Khan was a great military genius. The Ottomans conquered Constantinople in 1453. The architecture developed by Arabs is known as Saracenic. New elements like theory of priesthood and theory of sacraments were included in Christian technology. All are answers. Match the following. Mongol court, Beijing, Kyoto, Tokyo, Umayyads, Damascus, Abbasids, Venice, Baghdad, commercial centers, Venice. Answer the following briefly. Iron and steel industry become highly organized in China. Proof. Iron and steel industries became highly organized. The quantity of iron China produced in 1078 AD CE exceeded 114,000 tons. England produced only 68,000 tons even in 1788. Open bracket, close bracket, comma, comma. China excelled in ceramics and porcelain making, hyphen. This technique was not known to Europe for another 700 years. Gunpowder was in use by 1044. What was the impact of the Ming Empire on China? The Ming Empire, which replaced the Mongol Empire, continuously discouraged industry and foreign trade in order to concentrate on agriculture. This resulted in China lagging behind in the 16th century. Other parts of Eurasia, building on the techniques of the Chinese, began to march ahead. Who were called Saracens, The Arabs easily overran many regions. Led by the General Tariq, the Arabs, after conquering Morocco and Africa, crossed into Europe. They took Spain and ruled for many hundreds of years. The Arabs, until then largely nomads from the deserts, became the rulers of a mighty empire. They were called Saracens. Find out the correct statement. Sung dynasty was overthrown by the Seljuk Turks. China followed Japan in all works of life. Kamakura Shungate was found as a military general. Abbasids ruled from Baghdad. Third and fourth are correct. Feudal system involved lords and vassals. Seljuk Turks took over the holy city of Jerusalem. Umayyads ruled from Damascus. Saracenic architecture developed by the Arabs. 1, 2nd, 3rd and 4th are correct. Assertion A. Iron and steel industries become highly organized. Reason R. The quantity of iron China produced in 1078 AD exceeded 11400 tons. Option C. Both A and R are correct. This is the answer. Assertion A. Many pious Christians began to reason Pope's intrusion into state's affair. Reason R. Pope Innocent III forced King John to recognize England and Ireland as fiefs of the papacy. Answer D. A is correct, but R is not explanation of A option. Statement 1. Kyoto was replaced by Tokyo as capital. Statement 2. Arab physicians and surgeons earned a great reputation. Answer option C. 1 and 2 are correct. Fill in the blanks. Seljuk Turks were a tribe of Tatars from Central Asia. Hang Chuo and his followers brought downfall to Tang Empire. Chu Yuan Chang was the leader of Red Turbans. Japan remained in isolation for many centuries. Sanskrit books on medicine and other subjects were translated into Arabic. Middle Ages. Additional. Choose the correct answer. First, the Central or High Middle Ages witnessed all of the above: rapid development, territorial expansion, urban growth. Seljuk Turks came from Central Asia. Li Yuan belonged to Tang dynasty. Trade and industry flourished during the reign of Sung dynasty. In ceramics, China excelled. Sokudu Taisi was the leader of Soga family. Hideyoshi was a peasant. General Tariq was an Arab. After conquering Egypt, the Ottomans assumed the title of Caliph. The history of sacraments increased the power of the option D clergy. The relationship was one of a vassal. The nobles in turn had vassals of their own, dividing and distributing their fief to lesser nobles called viscounts or barons. Last in his order were the knights, whose fiefs could not be divided. At the bottom were the villeins or serfs. They are called slaves. The feudal system, which centered only around vassalage, there was no idea of equality or freedom. There were only rights and obligations. The bishops, abbots and cardinals, the priests next to pope, cardinals, bishops, religious, led in district level, abbots, chief among the Christian priest, and the church came under his socio-political structure. The nobility and the clergy did not do any physical work, so the burden of producing the food and other necessities of life fell on the peasants and artisans. Unit test. Time 40 minutes. Marks 25. Choose the correct answer. Feudalism centered around option A vassalage, option B slavery, option C serfdom, option D land. 4 into 1 4. 2. Harun al-Rashid was the able emperor of A. Abbasid dynasty, B. Umayyad dynasty, C. Sassanid dynasty, D. Mongol dynasty. 3. The old religion of Japan was option A Shinto, option B Confucianism, option C Taoism, D. Animism. The theory of sacraments increased the power of the A. commoners, B. emperor, C. nobler, D. clergy. Find out the correct statement. 2. 2 into 1 2. 1. Mangu Khan was the governor of China. Mongol court in China Empress Marco Polo. The leader of Red Turbans was Hang Chao. Mongols established their role in China in the name of Yuan dynasty. A. 1 is correct. B. 2 is correct. C. 2 and 4 are correct. D. 4 is correct. Assertion A. The fall of Jerusalem into the hands of Seljuk Turks led to the Crusades. Reason R. European Christian pilgrims were denied access to Jerusalem. Option A. A is correct. R is not the correct explanation of A. B. A and R are correct. C. A and R are wrong. D. A is correct. R is the correct explanation of A. Fill in the blanks. 1. The original name of Medina was dash 2. இது வந்து 2 into 1 2. In the Balkans, the Ottoman supremacy was established by dash 3. Dash was the original name of Medina. Match the following. 5 into 1 5. A. Kamakura, Islam. Saracenic, Mongols. Arabs, Gils. Genghis Khan, architecture. Merchants and artisans, Ashikaka. Answer the following briefly. 5th one and the 4th one. How was feudalism organized in the Middle Ages? Bring out the impact of crusades. Who were Mongol? 3 into 2 6. Answer the following in detail. 1 into 5 is equal to 5. Write about crusades and its impact. Answer first one the vassalage, Abbasid dynasty, Shinto, clergy. Option C. Second and fourth are correct. D. A is correct. R is the correct explanation of A. A trip Muhammad to Madinatul Nabi. Fourth one 1 A, B, B, fourth C, first D, second E, third.